What is up, everybody? I'm George Mossey. This is the Family Chantel podcast recap, season 4, episode 7. Grab a snack, grab something to drink, and let's unpack this episode. It's entitled Dirty Laundry, and there's quite a bit of dirty laundry to unpack. So Pedro reveals to us that he has a pretty insane workout routine, which is 6 days a week. And that's something that I know I should be doing, but I would never do. So big props to Pedro for actually sticking to a 6-day-a-week workout routine. But he does reveal to us that a lot of it is the idea that he can be out of the house and avoid fighting with Chantel. So that's kind of what's motivating him to stick to his workout routine. Chantel reveals to us that she's packing for a wedding for one of her coworkers, and Pedro has decided that he does not want to attend the wedding with her for numerous reasons. He doesn't know the couple personally, so he doesn't feel like he has a place at the wedding. And the second reason is he doesn't feel that it's right for them to go to a wedding and put on a happy face and smile and pretend that things are okay when they really aren't. In a car ride, while Pedro takes Betsy out to the gym, he reveals to us that he and Chantel just aren't on the same page. They don't want the same things, and they don't have the same goals. All right, let's head over to the Dominican Republic. So apparently, the week-long stalking event that Alejandro had put on for Nicole has paid off. Nicole has actually reached out to Alejandro, met him, and is actually entertaining the idea of opening back up communication to work towards a relationship together. And you know, this is a huge deal for Nicole because Nicole has 2 people in her family that matter to her the most, and actually right now just one, because she and Pedro aren't really on the same page. But her mom, Lydia, does not approve of Alejandro in any shape, way, or form, and she knows that rekindling the relationship with Alejandro will ruin the relationship that she has built with her mother, and that closeness that they share could be ended for good. Alejandro actually seems serious about making this work. He's promised to change, he's promised to listen to Nicole, and he's actually said that he's going to reach out to Pedro and try to repair their relationship and get things back on track so she doesn't have to sacrifice family when it comes to their relationship. In another scene, we watch Chantel and her best friend Destiny pack for the wedding Pedro isn't going to be attending. Destiny, who is married, takes this time to open up with Chantel and talk about the relationship, the marriage, and the issues, and how Pedro is distant from her and doesn't seem to have open communication with her regarding what's going on and how he feels. Destiny does bring up that Pedro being from the Dominican Republic and not having any actual family in Atlanta, his closeness with his coworkers might actually be directly related to the fact that he doesn't have any family. That's why he's made his coworkers his family, and he's spending so much time with them to fill a void. Destiny and Chantel decide that it is definitely time for Chantel to insert herself into Pedro's life, his work life, because his work life has spilled over into his personal life. And Pedro has repeatedly told Chantel that she's just not fun, and he doesn't want to hang out with her because she's not fun. So Chantel sees this as an open opportunity to meet the women at his workplace and determine what makes them so much more fun and entertaining than she is. So on a really good note, we checked in with Winter, who we know is post-op from her gastric sleeve surgery, and we have learned that she has lost 100 pounds, which is an inconceivable number when it comes to losing weight. So we are super proud and happy for Winter. Congratulations, and we know that she is getting back into the dating pool. She's opening up her life to being free and herself. We've seen Winter become more confident, and we've seen the dedication that she has put in to working towards maintaining long-term weight loss. We know you can do it, Winter. We're rooting for you, and we are so proud of all that you have accomplished so far. In another scene, we watch Winter driving Chantel home from the nutritionist when Chantel refuses to open up about the situation going on with Pedro. And we do know that Chantel has been scarred for many, many years after her family and Pedro's family have gotten involved in their marital issues and relationship issues. And unfortunately, Chantel's reaction to that is to not open up and not give other people the opportunity to help her. Even though Chantel is such a helpful person when it comes to Winter and River and her whole family, she does not give them that same opportunity to reach out, open up, and help her in this situation. Sick of being called not fun, Chantel decides that it's time to meet Pedro's friends and coworkers up close and personal. Actually, this isn't the first time that she's met them. She's met them all on different occasions, but didn't really take the time to get to know them personally and on a deeper level. So this is gonna be the first time that Chantel is going out to the bar, pizzeria with Pedro and his coworkers and taking a conscious effort to get to know them and what's going on. Upon arrival, it gets a bit awkward because Pedro refuses to reintroduce his friends to Chantel because he feels you know who these people are, and if you've taken a little more time to learn their names and learn who they were, you would understand why I feel the way that I do. And that conversation kind of spirals into a full-fledged fight in front of Pedro's coworkers, and it actually turns into Chantel questioning Antonella about the game of ownership. And the game of ownership is simply Pedro labeling everything on his desk due to a stapler being taken off of his desk and used by Antonella. That in turn made everyone label things, and then the game is catching other people with your belongings. Chantel actually confronts Pedro because he said to her on a different occasion that he was going to tell all of his coworkers that she was crazy, making her feel insecure and feeling bad for wanting to know what's going on in his life because he feels it's going to make her look as though she is a crazy and unstable wife. After the full-fledged fight, Pedro has decided that he does not want to be a part of this situation anymore, and he exits stage left. He cannot deal with the idea of fighting with his wife and airing out his dirty laundry literally to the entire office where he works 40 to 60 hours a week and having to deal and face people knowing his personal information. Pedro's boss, Laura, tries to soften the blow and even gives Chantel some words of advice, telling her that marriage isn't easy and things that they are going through are just simply marital pains and there's nothing that they can't fix. Chantel responds by saying, I feel like Pedro is doing things to intentionally hurt me and I don't know how to communicate with him. After this intense meeting at the pizzeria, Pedro and Chantel arrive home in separate cars and have a serious conversation, which I was hoping was going to be a resolution to their communication issues and whether or not they can make things work. Unfortunately, that is not what happened. Pedro has said that he doesn't know how to make Chantel happy anymore, and he is actually done trying. He doesn't know what else he can do, and he is sick of the fighting, and he feels the only way to resolve this situation is to move out. Although Pedro has no actual plan to move out and it will take time for him to find an apartment, he has made it clear to Chantel that his intentions are to leave. Chantel feels that the first step to divorce is separation, and in this act that Pedro has decided to take, Chantel feels that this may really be the end of their marriage. I think this episode so far has been almost the most difficult to get through, watching the real and raw emotions between Pedro and Chantel, and even watching Miss Kieran and Winter reach out, desperately wanting to be there and help and support them through this situation and help them make things better. And unfortunately, no one is able to do that. And I think that has been the most difficult thing to watch. I am really, really praying and hoping that things can be worked out. And if divorce is the correct action for Pedro and Chantel, although everyone, including myself, is super heartbroken, I want everyone involved to be happy. Guys, always remember when you're watching these reality shows, these aren't television personalities. Pedro, Chantel, River, Winter, Kieran, Thomas, Nicole, Alejandro, these are all real people going through real problems. The only difference is you are witnessing these problems on a national level. So make sure when you're talking about these people and posting things online that you're keeping in mind that this is their actual lives and there are feelings involved. All right, guys, that's what happened on this episode of The Family Chantel, Season 4, Episode 7. Make sure you're live tweeting with me every Monday night. As always, I'm your host, George Mossey. I'll talk to you all really soon.